All right, man. Getting back to this story, though, man. The story goes: a high school student was arrested after authorities uncovered his math homework in a getaway car linked to a deadly home invasion in Nevada. Kamari Oliver, an 18-year-old student in the Clark County School District, is facing charges of murder, robbery, burglary, and kidnapping in connection with the killing of Natalie Mandela. She was fatally shot in the Las Vegas home she shared with her and boyfriend the afternoon of March 25th. Now, again, not taking nobody's side because, I ain't here to take sides, but they be calling kidnapping some shit that I don't be considering kidnapping. Like, if I tell you to go from this room to that room, I just kidnapped you. That's that in the legal definition. If you don't want to go to that room, but I tell you go from this room to that room, I kidnapped you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if something happened to you in that room. You know what I'm saying? According to authorities, a group of suspects, three men and a woman, broke into and busted into the home around 2:10 p.m. and demanded the residents hand over cash. Like, what kind of drugs and situation is you in that you breaking into a home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Like, what kind of desperate situation are you in? Like, that is, and you 18, man. You supposed to be able to call your mom ask for $10. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell kind of situation got you where you breaking in? The female roommate was forced into a closet at gunpoint by an assailant repeatedly asking what they stashed inside a safe at the home. They had to let these people in their house before, and they saw the safe, and that's why they came back. They knew these people. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, that's what it be too. It, it don't be goddamn that you randomly got picked out. You know what I'm saying? You let the wrong motherfucker in your house, and they seen some shit, and they come back and want it. Just moments later, then that's where he got the kidnapping charge from when they made her go to the closet at gunpoint. That's kidnapping. Just moments later, Mandalay was struck amid a gunfire exchange with the suspect and was later pronounced dead on the scene. A man returning to the home spotted the suspect and used his vehicle to ram their white Mercedes sedan into a wall. From there, the suspects fled on foot. So these niggas driving a white Mercedes, 18 years old, and going in. See, they be too concerned about the Instagram post, man. This whole generation. Social media. Nigga, 18 years old, I'd have been proud to post my bucket. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nigga, like, what's wrong with these kids? They self-esteem is too attached to that shit. You know what I'm saying, nigga? I'm a nigga that growed up where I didn't need a goddamn thing. I just needed me. You know what I'm saying? I pull up with just me and I can pull a bitch around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have felt less than a motherfucker if I got to have props, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, you supposed to be if you can't pull a bitch with what God gave you, then that bitch ain't for you. Right. Your bitch is gonna be attracted to you regardless. She attracted to your scent, your everything. She love that shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Your bitch don't mind you being musty because it don't stink to her. You know what I'm saying? That's just real, dog. The pheromones and shit is motherfucking real. That shit is real. Like if you think your partner stink at any time, y'all are not biologically compatible. You know what I'm saying? Like she is never supposed to stink to you. If she stink, y'all ain't compatible. You supposed to love her natural scent. Goddamn, your body's supposed to goddamn crave that shit. And that's how you know that that's the right bitch for you to make kids with. You know what I'm saying? But people don't be respecting the signs. You will know that bitch stink and you just think she bad. So I'm gonna goddamn I'm gonna just you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep buying her these summer's eve, fucking her up even worse. Throwing a pH balance all off, goddamn. But niggas don't take the time out to learn pussy. You know what I'm saying? And how you gonna love something or declare that you love something that you don't know nothing about it? You don't know the parts of it, nigga. You got to look at the diagram of a pussy. You know what I'm saying? So you know how to treat each individual part if that's what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't just run off in there licking around walls and shit. You're gonna be there all day, man. Find the spot, dog. And if you look on the map, they got a map of a pussy online. You know what I'm saying? They got a map of one, dog. Y'all niggas who can't find the click, it 2022. You better know what a bitch. Man, you supposed to be able to find that bitch immediately now, man. Goddamn. Back in the 70s, I understand. They ain't know nothing about that. Niggas thought bitches were pissing out of pussies back then. They ain't understand. There's a whole nother hole there. You know what I'm saying? But now in 2022, if you don't know the goddamn the whole thing and how that thing work, man, get your life together, bro. Goddamn, cause you gotta help her take care of when she can't take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn pussies matter. Yeah. All of them. Goddamn. Black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Chinese, goddamn, all of them. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I swear I just ain't got the time and my brain ain't working right to get everybody in. But investigators believe the robbery was targeted and noted that Mandelay's boyfriend is known for selling high-end jewelry. We knew that before we got to this. Right. Yeah. Amid their investigation, officers discovered $5,000 in cash and a red backpack tucked inside the abandoned Mercedes, allowing them to identify their first suspect. Nah.
They did all that and didn't take none of the money.
Well, nah, they was in the backpack. They done got 5,000 in cash. You know what I'm saying? But they had to leave it in the Mercedes when the old boy made them run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It still
Ended up with nothing. Ended up with nothing.
Probably facing prison time.
Oh, they are definitely facing prison time because he had his homework in the car and it had Kamara Oliver with fifth period wrote on there. So they knew exactly when they was gonna be able to find him. I'm pretty sure they locked his ass up at fifth period. And then they went and checked to say he had unexcused absent the last two periods of the same day that the killings occurred. He was arrested at the high school. I'm sure it was fifth period. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, man. He's an 18-year-old with no prior criminal history. We believe the facts are going to show that he was not involved in the murder. He was just there with the wrong people at the wrong time, is what they're trying to say. But the $5,000 was in your book bag. I wonder what it, but it looked like in his mugshot, it looked like he done been beat up too.
They do.
So I don't know if he might have been a victim as well. I don't know. He probably telling if he was smart, he'll play the victim role and tell on everybody. God damn, fuck that shit, man. I ain't trying to go to prison. Nah, he going to
It
prison.
probably was supposed to be a robbery. Somebody got pissed off or got too their ego took over and they killed the woman. Because that's normally how it is, especially in a group robbery. Somebody is gonna be
Somebody itch a trigger.
Yeah.
Somebody got to itch a trigger finger, and then goddamn, it's a lot of goddamn adrenaline rushing in that motherfucker. Goddamn, just a lot can go on. We're gonna move down to the great state of Florida. Florida man in custody fight killed his son, then himself during visitation. Now it's rare that you find a nigga say if you can't have mine, if I can't have him, ain't nobody gonna have me talking about his children.
Yeah.
But that's the way this dude apparently felt like he was gonna go by this situation. Now, a man allegedly involved in a custody dispute shot and killed his own son over the weekend and then took his own life, leaving apartment complex personnel to find the bodies. They identified the father as Kevin Bobby and the boy as Andres Chateau. That's just crazy, man. Like, you in a custody battle because you want to take this child and do what's best for him.
Yeah.
And then you what's worse for him. Jessica Chateau said that Andre routinely spent weekends with his father and she went to pick him up on Sunday as usual. I could almost see inside and I could see his shoes, Chateau told CBS affiliate. I saw his shoes were there. I saw my baby's shoes. Mm, mm, mm. When there was no answer at the door, she called the police. At this time, officials said that they couldn't think of any reason to think that something like that could happen, so they couldn't enter his apartment without permission. Now, this is what gets me. You got a mama saying her son probably in that apartment. Something happened and y'all ain't gonna go inside this apartment without permission. Which I understand that's the Fourth Amendment right. But y'all motherfucking come in my yard and come do all the kind of shit. Like, goddamn it. But see, that's gonna be my argument too, which is why I'm gonna get everything thrown out, I do believe. But That Fourth Amendment, a motherfucker, man. Know your amendments if you don't know nothing else. You got to goddamn know your amendments. Cause boy, they can save you. Cause that's why they be trying to get you to take a plea deal a lot of times. Cause they know they've been violated your constitutional right.
Yeah.
But if they can get you to take a plea deal, then all that shit is null and void. You know what I'm saying? That's why they try to hit you with a plea deal at all times. You got to know when your rights have been violated, though. This is a sad situation right here, though, man. I hope that the family able to get themselves together. You know, that's just a rough situation right there. I can't imagine if shit like that ever happening, man. Like, we're gonna move on, man. We're gonna move on. New Orleans sheriff recruit accused of delivering weed. I can't never say that word right there. Accused of delivering weed to jail. Hey man, somebody got to get it down. A young man attempting to join the local sheriff's office in New Orleans was arrested and charged with delivering marijuana to somebody in jail. That's why I ain't never want to work for the law enforcement. Well, once again, I always felt like I'd be able to be bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, a nigga finna pay me $1,000 for an ounce of reefer, dog. I'm finna get this back. You know what I'm saying, dog? I'm sorry, man. Like, shit, bro. Ever since I know this about me, that's why I stayed away from that. Lord, I'm saying situation. I ain't never want to put myself in a situation like that. He was caught red-handed with 2 bags of weed during a search. He was a deputy recruit attempting to join the force. He admitted to successfully delivering marijuana on 2 separate occasions. Why admit to that?
Why admit
Told
to
him he
that?
had 2 more times.
Yeah, man.
And don't add the other shit.
Nigga, if I'd have got caught with it, I'd have been
It
like,
wasn't
damn,
me.
that's my personal staff. I forgot I had it in my pocket. Fuck, you got me. You know what I just, and then told on everybody else, man. There ain't nobody gonna be getting high in jail for a while, not fucking with you. They'll lock that shit down.
Process and everything.
Man, this nigga ain't hitting no shit. Speaking of niggas that ain't hitting no shit. After dad refused to pay for groceries, his son allegedly stabbed him to death in Arizona apartment. Good, why you laughing at that, man? I ain't gonna try.
I did laugh 2 times.
Hey man, hey man, Buddy said he need the goddamn pay for the grocery this time. Now, according to the probable cause affidavit accusing the younger man of second-degree murder and evidence tampering, the elder went to his son's apartment around noon on Thursday to take him to the store. Around 2 a.m. Friday, a person whom police did not identify called to request a welfare check. Police themselves then tried and failed to contact the men by phone, and a knock by officers at the door of the apartment went unanswered. At 8 a.m., the person called police again, this time to say the victim's car was still at the apartment, and tell them once more that neither man was answering the phone or the door. Then they were told that the defendant was schizophrenic and off his medication. Y'all should have said that the first time. As police returned to the apartment and ready to force entry, the younger dude opened the door. When asked where his father was, the son stated he was in the bathroom and he didn't think he was doing good. Officers spotted a bleeding cut on the son's left pinky finger. While they searched the apartment, the son allegedly told one officer that his father and another dude were threatening him and his father was dead. I killed him, the son allegedly said. The younger man said that while visiting a grocery store the previous day, his father had refused to pay when the son discovered he didn't have enough money on his debit card to cover the cost. At the apartment afterward, he allegedly admitted to stabbing the victim with a homemade spear-like object in an ear and then stabbing him multiple times in the neck with a switchblade.
How you do your father like that?
He said
you broke and can't afford your groceries.
Hey man.
Dad was probably tired of taking care of him. He's 43 years old. Dad probably been paying his shit.
Hey man, like this is my advice. When you disappoint your children, don't go back up to the room with them. Let them hide downstairs, and you going on by. Yeah, man. Do not trust these children and go back upstairs with them after you done told them no. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working out for people. It is not
That's
working
when you
out for
got
people.
to know when they little and keep that shit.
Man,
Parents that say yes all the time, they can't take the no.
they can't take the no, man. He currently being held on $1 million bond. If anybody want to help him out, that's his bond. Mom says boyfriend put box over dying son's head to muffle breathing sound.
How y'all let people do this to your kids?
An arrest report for a Den mother accused of injury to a child in connection with the death of her 7-year-old son. God, boy, these bitches ain't shit. Officers arrested Sabrina Ho. I knew she was a hoe.
Yeah.
I knew she was a hoe. The minute I read that goddamn the first part of this story, I knew she was a hoe. According to the arrest report, during an interview with Detective Ho admitted she knew her boyfriend, Todd Shaw, was abusing her son. The report described the child's injuries as a bruised eye, numerous abrasions, and bruising on his face, swelling on his neck, bruising all over his body, a burn on his shoulder, puncture wounds, and several other injuries. Man. Ho told detectives that she had dated Shaw off and on for several months. And just several months, ain't let this motherfucker do your child like that. Excuse me, y'all. And despite good coffee. Despite having ample time to leave Shaw in the 4 weeks he was allegedly abusing her son, she didn't.
Right.
Ho didn't seek any medical attention for her son, either for fear of getting into trouble. In the report, the Ho admitted to keeping the second grader out of school for 3 weeks to conceal
You
the
don't think
alleged
somebody
abuse.
was looking for that child?
Man.
I don't want to know where that child is for 3 weeks.
The Ho told police she was in her bedroom at about 2 p.m. on April 1st when Shaw called for her to come into the hallway saying something was wrong with her son. She saw the child on the ground having trouble breathing and that his eyes were rolled back in his head. 5 hours later, the Ho called 911. She told detective she told detective that during that time she watched as Shaw constructed a box to place over the victim's head to muffle the breathing as it became louder and louder. That's just fucked up. That hoe ain't hitting no shit.
Man,
If you fucking around and find a hoe, you leave that hoe where she at.
man, they deserve everything they get.
They deserve every little bit they get.
Yeah,
That 7-year-old boy defenseless.
How you sit there and let somebody abuse your child like that?
Yeah, man.
You got
And-
one
and-
time to do anything.
And I'm gonna tell y'all daddies out here, man, stop abandoning your children
Yeah.
cause the motherfucking more ain't with you. You know what I'm saying? Stop abandoning these children, man, goddamn, cause they still need you to do a check and balance. That goddamn, that more be taking out her aggression on you, on her son, man, and your son to be catching the blunt of you not being there, bro.
Right.
Don't leave your child out to take that abuse, man, goddamn, bro. We're gonna move on, man. Keenan Harpool, a student and former football player at the university, was charged with second-degree murder in the fatal shooting of 19-year-old Marmaluke. Oh man, they kind of like Marmaduke. Y'all remember the big ass dog, Marmaduke?
Yeah.
Marmaduke, cool. Man. Need to read that one. A Portland State University student has been arrested on murder charges for the fatal shooting of a fellow student, police said, and records indicate it may have been related to domestic violence. Y'all women, boy, I just, man, it's so hard out there for y'all. I pray for a lot of y'all. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, but the problem with that is, though, man, they don't listen to you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna listen to you. You can tell them 1,000 times that nigga they ain't hitting on shit. And you know what I'm saying? Goddamn, you can't whisper in their ear like that nigga can. You know what I'm saying? So they don't be paying you no goddamn attention. You know what I'm saying? But still, that don't mean don't talk to him though. Just try to talk to him. Goddamn it. And make sure that nigga scared of you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gotta know that you present. Goddamn, it ain't gonna start off with him shooting. He gonna slap it one time first or something. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and nip that shit in the bud right then. Goddamn, beat this dog shit out that nigga. But Amara was found dead near the college campus early Monday. But that situation, man, it's just so hard, man. Cause you be wanting to save your daughter, but your daughter be loving that nigga, man, and you just be in the middle of that shit. Man, it's just rough, dog. I just couldn't imagine. I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine, dog.
still
You
a
know,
rough situation.
I'm thankful that ain't nobody ever put their hands on one of my daughters, man. But you know, man, because even if you fuck dude up, you know what I'm saying? It's a good chance she gonna be alone with that nigga again at some point in time. That nigga can call her later on that night and ask her to come meet him, and she gonna go meet him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's just. And you gonna whoop his ass, so ain't no telling what he finna do to her now when he get out
Yeah,
of
you
that
don't
by
want to
himself.
retaliate.
Man, it just you put yourself in a. Oh man, the medical examiner determined that old girl died from gunshot wounds and ruled her death a homicide. Harpole has been charged with second-degree murder and unlawful use of a weapon. Jail records show that both charges are related to domestic violence. It is not yet known how they known each other. If they don't know how they known each other, how is it already domestic violence? Like, excuse
That's
me.
what I thought too.
Yeah, I just gonna say that we gonna pray for them, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna pray for the families, and I hope one day we find out what really happened on that right there. 'Cause right now, we ain't really got a whole lot of information. Right now, it's just a whole lot of speculation, not a whole lot of information. But we gonna move on to the next one, man. Man accused of fatally running over wife at Salt Lake City airport after vacation.
Emotional ass man.
Man, no.
Man, quick.
Like, man, what was she doing on vacation? And I want to run you the fuck over. So over here, man. Yeah, that bitch went on vacation when her period came on. Yeah, man, she didn't do the proper planning to make sure her period wasn't gonna be on, and this man will spend all that goddamn money on vacation for her to have an attitude. He got bad. He like, man, fuck this bitch, A 38-year-old man was. Man, he was arrested Monday and charged in connection with fatally running his wife over at Salt Lake City International Airport after returning from vacation. He is charged with one count of automobile homicide, criminal negligence, DUI, alcohol/drugs. Police were called to the airport around 2 where they found Charlotte Sturgeon with critical injuries. She was taken to the hospital where she died. He was driving an SUV. He ran over his wife on the second level of the airport. He put his injured wife in the car and drove to the parking payment booth to ask for help. Airport operations were not affected during the incident or the investigation. Nah, I don't know if he was upset with her or if he accidentally
That's what I was
ran
thinking.
her over because it sounded like he was drunk. Nah, this is my thing right here. I'm thinking if you let this man get drunk on the airplane, you supposed to have somebody to make sure they don't go straight to the car. You know what I'm saying? Like to me,
Just like at a restaurant.
to me, you should stop serving them drinks at least an hour and a half before they finna land or
You
something.
know when they get off that plane, they're getting into another vehicle.
You should start giving them coffee or something like that. Cause if they was at the international airport, they probably done goddamn went somewhere pretty far. You know what I'm saying? Or they might just be from Salt Lake City. I'm not sure, but it's a possibility they had went somewhere far on vacation, and they had a good little bit of drink and shit, man. A lot of these new cars, man, you fucking around and put that bitch in reverse, and goddamn, and she back there still trying to goddamn put something in the trunk, and you done ran off. It don't sound like he did it on purpose, you know.
He knew he was too drunk to get in that car. She was probably drunk.
She probably drunk too. They both probably sitting in first class. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you meant the lad, dog.
Damn, banging in the car.
Yeah, man, buddy was drunk, man.
You would think like that. You know your wife's gonna be in the passenger seat and she ain't in the car. But no.
I don't know, man. Longtime MMA manager arrested in FBI child sex sting. Jana Sports and Entertainment founder Kyle Stokes has been arrested following a child sex sting in Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, a lot of these well-to-do people be involved with this child sex thing, and I got a theory.
Mhm.
See, I call it my little dick theory. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. See, when a man is born and he has a below average size penis, he
Right.
knows that there's only one way for him to get bitches. Got to become rich and powerful. So that is a drive unlike any other drive. You understand? A nigga who ain't getting no pussy, nigga, that nigga is driven beyond all to get some pussy. You understand what I'm saying? So now you take the nigga who is born with an above average penis,
Right.
and he gonna get bitches.
Right.
He ain't got to try that hard, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to put forth a whole lot of effort. He gonna get bitches. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have confidence because the bitch don't see your penis.
They don't, but they gon' but a lot of these dudes be getting bitches and then them bitches be laughing at the penises and I don't know, babe. We done seen the video. We watched something. Well, we had that dude over here. The other that story we did the other week about the dude who killed that girl that didn't like him. God, when he told her that he loved her and she laughed at him, he kept her. You know what I'm saying? Like getting laughed at because of the size of your penis will make you not want to show that bitch to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna look for a second opinion after that bitch that laughed at it. You know what I'm saying? And then man, with the internet and stuff of that, no, cause all pussies is about the same size. You know, I don't know a nigga that ever said that pussy too big. You know what I'm saying? Unless he was one of these people that you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but and so, but then, like I say, you fuck around and you get rich and powerful, and now you got the bitches, but these bitches really don't enjoy fucking you. You know what I'm saying? And so you be looking for a smaller pussy, and so you
Right.
end up doing all that Epstein type. It's no coincidence that all these famous rich people were going to Epstein Island to holler at little kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, because God don't bless you like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't blessed in every area. You know what I'm saying? Like, he get the brokest, poorest niggas the biggest dicks. You know what I'm saying? And then retarded niggas get dicks this long. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, God play all kind of tricks and stuff around this nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just my theory, man. Y'all can let me know. I don't know, man. But this dude here, he like fucking chilling and he look like it. You know what I'm saying? They got that same look, man. They got alopecia. Most of them be having alopecia. They be about bald headed, you know what I'm saying? Doing the thing. Hey, man, he look like Jada. He got the Jada head. Shit, goddamn, I just figured they all got their had the alopecia. I mean, if I were bald, hey man, I got a little alopecia right here. That's why it's thinning right there. You know, I got a little hint of it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got full blown alopecia, but I got like what they call the HIV of alopecia, nigga. It ain't full blown yet. Goddamn, it just a little bit. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But we gonna move on from this pedophile. Rap kid, rap pioneer Kid Creole found guilty and stabbed and death a homeless man. We talked about this a couple weeks ago too. He found guilty. Man, you can't just say that dude was gay and said something to me, so I stabbed the shit out of her. Like, that is not a good defense. When I found out that was his defense, I was like, he just said he guilty. You know what I'm saying? You could, nigga, it's a homeless dude, man. I'd have said he tried to stab me first. You know, he lunged at me. I was scared for my life. It seemed like it ought to be kind of hate crime, but it ought to be on the verge of the something. But man, he homeless, dog. Say the dude lunged at you. You had to do what you had to do. Don't say the dude came at you with a gay advance and you stabbed the shit out of him. That is not gonna work for you, bro. Like, your lawyer don't need to never work for nobody else. Cause he supposed to told you in the beginning, like, please don't say this. No, that's got to be a public defender right there that he got standing beside him. That is not a paid for a lawyer. That's a public defender. And when you, like I told y'all before, when you are working with a public defender, they gonna do whatever defense you tell them to do. They not doing the extra work. Goddamn, whatever you told them is what it is. That's the defense they finna motherfucking use. They ain't doing the extra work of trying to find a goddamn a clause or something. They ain't doing that. So if you got a family member that's goddamn out there that need the goddamn a lawyer, you can be their lawyer and they can get a public defender. You just tell them how to fight the case because they ain't got the time. We're doing all that research on your goddamn case. Now, the next story we have is the family of another black woman found dead in Connecticut questions police response. The family of a black woman found dead in Bridgeport, Connecticut on the same day as Lauren Smith Fields alleged that city police have not investigated her death or taken the case seriously. But man, we're gonna say it like it is. She in Connecticut and they say that she went, I think this is the one they say went on a date with a white dude and then she never made it back home. Like you would think that they could have handled that on Law and Order in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They could have figured that out in 30 minutes on Law and Order. But it's just sad that these people ain't being taken seriously, man. But again, we don't donate to shit, man. Like it's it's so many goddamn the police the fraternal order of police be asking for donations all the time. How many black people send in donations? You know what I'm saying? How many of us are supporting our local police union? You know what I'm saying? Like them people cater to who cater to them. Like this whole country is built on capitalism, which means it's built on money. If you want anything to move in this country, the civil rights movement didn't move because there wasn't no money behind it. It's enough black millionaires and billionaires now though. To where that bitch ought to be able to be funded. Get Black Lives Matter buying $6 million homes. I was quiet then just so that could sink into y'all. Black Lives Matter is out here buying $6 million homes. Now, that money could be that could buy us a couple lobbyists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To really get some laws changed and things to move in the right direction. It really could, but if black people spend that kind of money, they want to see something. White people notice the money, the stuff that you can't see that you spend money on is way valuable than the stuff you can see.
Right.
The stuff that you can't actually put your hands on and touch, nigga, that shit is way more valuable than some shit you can see, man. But we ain't yet to grasp that.
No.
We can't grasp that and say I don't do it. I know you can say I don't do it. My money ain't right. Fuck around and let me goddamn get my money right. I promise you. I promise you all my money gonna be put all these different places. Cause you really wanna if you really wanna matter in this society, you got to contribute to it. If you ain't paying no taxes, if you ain't got them contributing to all these different organizations and making your voice really heard, then you really ain't. Your vote matter, don't get me wrong, but it don't matter as much as it should.
People want materialistic things because their mindset is you can't take it with you. But nah, you can't take it with you, but you can leave it for your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids.
Actually do something to make their world better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of having them riding around and goddamn 5, 6
Still
cars.
living check to check or just bloated on bullshit.
Yeah, man. Nah. My boy Jon Stewart back in the news. I used to watch the Daily Show back when he hosted it. I really can't get up on the Trevor Noah. But Jon Stewart back, he said Jon Stewart blasts American dream as unattainable for black people. Turns out to be a fallacy. Now, black people, when white people hear that, the first thing they want to do is say, "Well, we had a black president." You know what I'm saying? And just being real, for a significant section of white America, every black person they see is rich.
Yeah.
For a significant section of the white population, every black person they see is rich, or at least look like they rich. They do
That's
like
those kind of people they around.
they look like they doing better than them, and that's
Yeah.
cause niggas got there. Whereas white people do this. White people be driving a 1989 Corolla, but I have a nice ass house that they go into. And then once they get through paying for that house, they'll get that car if they really want it. Or they'll keep driving that goddamn
Yeah.
Corolla along with that motherfucker goddamn running. You know what I'm saying? But because black people weren't allowed to buy things like that because of red line and other situations, we had to carry our wealth with us everywhere we went. That's why we do cars the way we do, because that was the only thing that we could buy at that time to show value. It ain't no accident as to why black people do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't so much repetition, it's the way the system was set up for us to do. It was the only way that you could spend your money legitly. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't let you. I don't care if you had $500,000. They wouldn't let you buy a $200,000 house because it was in a white neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So all you could spend that money on was cars. That was the only way you could show the other people in the black community you had money, was to get cars and fix your car up and trick it out and do stuff like that, because they wouldn't allow you to buy the nice homes in the white community and everything. So we got indoctrinated into that. That's what we do. We fix up the car. We worry about the house later. You know what I'm saying? We'll live in the projects and drive a Lexus. But it ain't our fault. You know, well, if you still doing it now and you ain't educating yourself now, it kind of is your fault. But the last generation, they didn't know no better, and they mamas couldn't do it, so they didn't think they could do it. You know what I'm saying? This internet thing opening up a lot. You know what I'm saying? The whole advent of the internet is taking down so many walls and veils and shit. Like, the only reason why you don't know nothing today is because you don't want to know it. If you have a thought in your mind and you want to answer to it, you can find it right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's wanting to be ignorant now. Whereas back in the day, you just really didn't know. Like I told the story the other day, man. When I joined the military, my first roommate, when I got the permit to do the station, had never talked to a black man before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Had never ever had the chance to just sit down and talk to a black man before. Thankfully he wasn't racist. You know what I'm saying? Behind that, he just didn't have no opinion one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. All the ones he seen on TV were cool as fuck though. You know what I'm saying? And that played a big role in black people being able to kind of cross over too. You know what I'm saying? Why the kids like the hip hop and shit like that, they like the culture. You know what I'm saying? But the fucked up thing that black people are doing, or I don't even know if it's that we doing it